No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you. I flip the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you tryna shut me out, it's getting blatant. Hey, I come and see you now, no hesitation. Yeah, I'm really, really tired of being patient. Hey, if you won't give it to me, I'ma take it. Take it. If you won't give it to me, I'ma take it. Take it.
Hello one and all, welcome to Seeing Through Glass and welcome to India. It is my first time here and I am so excited. You join me in the garden of a farmhouse in Delhi. The people I'm with today are calling this a farmhouse. It's not a farmhouse, it's a mansion. I don't understand why they're calling it a farmhouse. This is a city of extremes. This morning it was extreme action on the toilet because yes, I got Delhi belly. It was bound to happen at some point. But now I'm in this absolute insane luxury. We could be stood in LA or Marbella right now with a mansion like that behind us. I'm doing things slightly differently whilst I'm here in India. Because it's my first time and I've heard so much and I want to experience so much, I'm basically going to do a big old travel vlog. After my time in Delhi, I'm headed off to Agra and then Jaipur to do a bit of exploring, and whilst I'm sure there will be car action, it's likely to be sort of more culturally, travel-y type stuff. So today, before I hit the road, I've come to meet up with a couple of local supercar, sports car owners, because when I got off my flight yesterday and I was riding around in taxis and tuk-tuks, I was absolutely bamboozled by the road systems here. Of course you've got cars and taxis and trucks and buses, but you also have cows and tuk-tuks and goats and monkeys and people and everything trying to vie for the same space. It's somehow got a rhythm to it that works, but to me it was just confusing, and I thought it must be terrifying to drive a Lamborghini or a Bentley here. So I've come to meet up with a couple of owners to find out if that's true. Is it terrifying to drive supercars in Delhi? Let's go find out. The guys are just shuffling the cars around at the front of the house, so I've snuck around the back because I spied this lurking in the garage. Now, they tell me it's called the Gypsy, and they don't seem very interested by it, but I'm obsessed with it because I'm pretty sure it's a modified Suzuki Jimny. It wears a Maruti badge, and they say it is Indian made, but it's very identifiable at the front as a Jimny. Obviously not the most recent generation, I think 2 generations back, but has a canvas roof on the rear. It's got a sort of extended seating area, like a bench type thing. Apparently the army and police used to use this, and yeah, I just want one. I think it looks absolutely awesome.
Hi, I'm Sahil. I drive the Lamborghini Huracan. I take pride, but I'm not a show-off guy. I know I drive a Lambo, but still I don't like to show off much. Yeah. You have to have 6 eyes to drive here. It's surreal also. I mean, it's literally like you're playing a mini game of dodging the potholes. Yeah, but yeah, it's you know, you get used to it. Once I was driving in Gujarat, a cow came in front of me, maybe like, I don't know, my reflexes kicked in and I dodged it somehow, and I've seen accidents happening, like, you know, it's sometimes it's very scary. The car scene in India, it's growing day by day, like, you know, you'll be surprised how many cars are here which are hidden actually, they're not taken out. So yeah, it's growing day by day. The states which are better for driving, much better actually, Gujarat, Rajasthan, those 2 states I can say that they're much better to drive, yeah.
Last thing, is there anything you think I as a car guy should experience in India?
You should drive a supercar here. Then you'll get to know.
Well, as amusing as Sahil's suggestion was, I couldn't find anyone that would lend me a car in India. I think even if someone did, I'm not sure I would have had the balls to drive it. So it was time to leave Delhi behind us and head 3 hours south to Agra, the home of the Taj Mahal. Well, I have made it to Agra. The drive here was interesting. Actually, you know what? To be fair, the expressway, the kind of motorway, was empty. It was a bit weird going from the intensity of Delhi to the completely abandoned expressway to Agra. But then arriving into Agra, yeah, it all got a little bit chaotic again. Anyway, we're about to head off to the very iconic Taj Mahal. Before we head there, we're heading to the tiny Taj, the baby Taj, the mini Taj. Now, a few things that I've been told. Firstly, filming, videography, microphones, usually banned in these places, so I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to be able to do once I get there. That might be a relief to some of you. Also, PK, our driver, the total legend, has warned us about a number of things. He's basically said, don't look at anyone, don't talk to anyone, don't touch anything, don't accept anything. I think there are a lot of people at these various places that try and sell endless things, and it's sort of a bit of a trap, and he's just said ignore them all. So anyway, wish us luck. We're going to head off now very soon from my hotel, check out these places, lots of shots coming your way, and hopefully a little bit of chat. It's been a long morning on the road. It's been about 5 hours, or maybe 4 hours since we left. Where did we start the day? Agra, that's it. And you join us now in Rajasthan. I'm not really sure whereabouts. We're on our way to Jaipur. But yeah, we've crossed state borders. And Rajasthan is immediately much prettier. I don't know if that's a controversial thing to say, but it just feels a lot prettier. I'm now in a sort of roadside hotel cafe stop, so I'm whispering a bit because I always hate filming in these big public areas, but anyway, ordered an espresso, see if it rivals Starbucks. Driving, well actually riding on these roads, because let's be honest, I'm not driving anywhere in India, is exhausting. It's so stressful. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how the locals get used to it. I've been on edge for the last 4 hours. We've had trucks going the wrong way, camels, cows, people crossing, motorbikes swerving, tractors. It's just, I'm literally sitting there being like, we're going to die very soon, but we've made it here so far, and that is thanks to the legend that is PK, our driver. Apparently another couple of hours to go till we get to Jaipur, which is where I'm hoping to find some car action. No promises, but I'm hoping. Now, be honest, this is the kind of stuff I was expecting from the Indian car scene. As amazing as it was, check out that Lambo and the Bentley the other day, this is the kind of stuff I wanted to find, because India has always had quite an iconic link with the vintage classic car. Royal families from India have always sort of collected these things, so I'm super glad that now I'm here in Jaipur. I've come to check out this mini collection. We've got a range of kind of German and American vintage cars here, some of the best, some really quirky stuff. Let's check it out.
This is the condition.
Oh, wow.
See, this is the condition.
So where did you find this car?
In Maharaja of Ayodhya. This was the condition of the engine.
Oh my God.
See?
But there are cars like this all over India, just like lying around covered in dust and stuff?
Yeah, there's so many parts missing. See the condition of the car. Then we gradually.
How many years did it take you?
Stripped it down.
Put it all back together?
It took, for this car, it took me almost 2 years. See?
2 years. Wow.
Then we stripped it down completely to the. See?
Wow, okay, to the bare bones. See? Unbelievable.
And I'll show you. See.
Okay, so the original color was that cream
Same,
or the same? Okay,
same
okay,
color,
yeah.
same color.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So everything, even the upholstery color, everything.
Sure. Back
See,
to factory.
this is the original upholstery. Then I redid the upholstery in the same style. This is while the car was being reassembled, and this is it finally. Now this car is not here. This is in my garage. This was another one. Then there is a Hudson. This one.
Okay.
This also now.
Do you really enjoy the restoration
See,
process?
after yes, I've been.
This one's a.
This is an this
amphibious
was mine, amphibious Jeep.
Well, from one amazing restoration story to another, you now join me at Rajputana Jeeps, still in Jaipur. These guys specialise in two things: restoring old Willys Jeeps, 1950s, 1940s, 50s, 60s, I think even there's some 70s Jeeps knocking around, but also modifying, wait for it, the Maruti Gypsy. Yes, the little Indian Suzuki Jimny that I fell in love with at the beginning of this video. These guys are modifying them, improving them, just updating them, and oh my god, I'm so excited. I need to take a few breaths. Now this place is amazing, and I'm going to get a full tour in 2 seconds, and then I'm going to go find myself a Gypsy, because I think I might buy one.
Today I got a call. My baby's coming home. Today I got a call.
This is a 43 Ford GTW.
Wow.
This is a 945.
I mean, did they change much over the years, or they all kind of always stayed
From
roughly the same?
say 41 to 45, they were exactly the same.
Exactly.
They were built for
And are they complex, or are they quite basic? I mean,
They're basic and they move. They still
okay,
move.
they still go. Is that a very dark green or a black?
This is almost a British racing green.
Yeah, I love that color.
This is a 1965 DJ6.
And then
That's
these
a 1962 CJ3B Willys. This is Willys.
they look like beasts. These ones. Why are they so much more? Do you know what I mean? Why they look more sort of truck-like almost?
The bonnets are
Yeah,
high.
it's a much higher
Flat fender
bonnet.
with a high bonnet.
This is 1971.
Okay. Wow. Now, who believes in fate? Well, I do. Look at this. So you may remember earlier in this video, I stumbled across my first ever Maruti Gypsy when I was in Delhi and became obsessed with the thing and kind of forgot that I was actually supposed to be filming Lamborghinis and Bentleys at the time. Well, this has to be one of the very, very best versions you could ever even dream up. This is a final version of the Gypsy that has been modified, and look at all the bits that have been added on. We've got the green bull bar, the rally lights, the wheels, the seats. I mean, this just ticks every single box. I need one, I want one, I'm absolutely in love with this thing. I have genuinely just texted cars asking how much shipping costs from India to the UK. That's how obsessed I am with the Gypsy. Anyway, you now join me back in my hotel room, and I have to say, I'm so glad with the little bits of sort of car scene I've discovered here in Jaipur. As amazing as Delhi was, I knew there was a sort of whole vintage classic car culture going on in India, and I feel like I've just scraped away the tip of the iceberg with today's adventures. But I'm going to quit whilst I'm ahead and bring a close to my India video right now, because I'm actually headed off tomorrow towards Cape Town, and whilst I realise I've passed through places pretty quickly, as I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to give myself time to really explore India myself, and of course I've tried to capture as much of it as possible, but I wanted to make sure I also put the camera down and just took in my surroundings, because this place is like no other place I've ever visited before in my life. Would I say it's the most dangerous place to drive? I couldn't say, because I haven't driven whilst I've been here, which is a shame, but also I think maybe a godsend, because I'm not sure I would have survived if I did. I'm sure there are other places in the world that are as crazy and maybe more dangerous, but it's felt pretty intense. However, I will leave this video on a very poetic sentence that one of the guys yesterday said to me. When I said, I don't know how you drive some of these cars around in India, it feels chaotic. He said, it's not chaos, it's harmony. And it's a very good point, because whilst it might feel like absolute madness, very rarely did actually didn't see any accidents, and no one really bumped into each other. No one's getting cross with each other. It all just somehow flows. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure you subscribe for plenty more videos to come.